Hello and welcome to this very special presentation on World is One. With me, Digvijay Singh Deo. Hockey is a sport which holds a sentimental place in the hearts of every Indian. The 2018 Hockey World Cup is being held in India, here in Bhubaneswar at the Kalinga Stadium, and I'm delighted to be joined by three men who will be integral to India's hopes at this World Cup. The chief coach, Harendra Singh, is here with me, a very proud Indian, wearing his blue proudly. The captain, Manpreet Singh, is here with me as well, and so is the wall of Indian hockey, the goalkeeper supreme, PR Sreejesh. Thank you so much for this. I know it's a very busy time, and thank you so much for taking time out for this interview. I'll start with you, Sreejesh, because India is hosting the World Cup for the first time since 2010, and you're the only player who actually was part of that Indian team in 2010. So playing at home, butterflies in your stomach?
Definitely. You know, the atmosphere has totally changed, and when you are surrounded by your own people, it gives you a goosebumps, definitely. And being a player, I think it's important to get some butterflies, because that's help you to give you 100%. So 2010 till 2018, there's a long journey, and the experience every day, that's count a lot. And I think today, when it reached to Bhubaneswar, I think the entire team is ready to take up this challenge.
Okay, let me ask you this, Harendra, because you've been part of Indian hockey for a long time. The first time I met you, you were coaching the junior team back then, 2003. So it's been a long journey for you. You've even won the Junior World Cup as coach in India. Is there a different joy playing at home?
Yes, I think that what every players and the coach looks, you play abroad, everybody acknowledge through either the media or the newspaper, electronic or print media. When you play in your own crowd, on people, then you always try to give your best, and that's one of the energy which gives to we. And when you are playing in the front of your own home, I think that's one of the each and every sportsman look forward, and coaches look forward in their life, because that's the time you really connect with your people, you really connect with your country, and connect the sports which you are playing.
Okay, Manpreet, for you, you know, earlier, especially when he was playing for India, or even when Sri started playing for India, your tournaments were usually held in the big cities, you know, in Delhi, Chennai, Mumbai. But now we are having a tournament here in Bhubaneswar. You're the captain. How many autographs are you signing per day? How many requests you're getting for autographs? I'm even told that here there was fans were so upset that tickets are not available. There was kind of a bit of a scuffle, but that's a good thing to show that there is still love for Indian hockey across the country.
Actually, especially in Bhubaneswar, since we came here and we're having the camp here and the trainings, the people are so friendly here, and they are supporting a lot the hockey, and we are really enjoying here. And also the tickets are sold out already, and some people, they're already so disappointed because they can't get the tickets. And the second thing in their support, because I played already 3 tournaments here, and whenever I came here and played the tournaments, it's always amazing, because the crowd, their support, they're amazing. And they not even only support the home team, they always support the other teams as well. Like they support Germans, Australian, they all support the other things as well.
And it's crucial that we have this support for hockey, isn't it, Sreejesh? Because we have this incredible legacy in hockey, but the fans need to connect with the players. They need to connect and see, you know, every sport needs role models. And when they see you playing here, when they see you guys coming, clicking photos with them, I saw you dancing with the fans when the stadium was inaugurated as well. That connect is something which will hold Indian hockey in good stead.
Definitely, we need supporters. We need audience to promote this game, and we need to have more kids to take up this sports to keep this legacy continue. And that is what we are also trying here. Whenever we get an opportunity, we try to mingle with the kids. And one thing I want to change, this is the time for selfies, not autograph. So I think Manpreet is in social media so far, because that involvement always helps the people to come to watch these matches. And I think this is the opportunity for them to see the top stars in front of their eye. They can see their performance, and they get more inspiration through these all games. And there is a percentage of chances to take up the sports and promote it.
You know, Harendra, I am much older to you, so we prefer the autographs. I remember you running after Leander Paes at the Olympics in Rio. Leander selfie after the match against Argentina, which you won after the match. But, you know, that's perhaps a new generation, Harendra.
I think the time has changed.
Time has changed. You know, your kids are old now, 20, 21 already.
We should change rather than asking them to change. I say,
well, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But Harendra, it's important, the question I asked both of them, because today, it's not just about hockey. Indian sport is changing. There is so much support for other sports. Earlier, it was only cricket. Now you have badminton, shooting, kabaddi, even football, even you know, other sports which you never thought of will do. But so they are all competing for that same attention. It's been a great year that ways in world sport as well. You know, Asian Games, Commonwealth Games, Football World Cup. So in that sense, you know, the end of the year, this is about hockey. And to finish on a high will be great for Indian hockey. And Indian sport also.
I think you rightly said that one thing we cannot take out from any Indian, that emotion with the hockey. And hockey is always connect with your heart. It's not your sports, it's your heart. I think that 1928, since the hockey is introduced in the Olympic, except the ones, India has always a participant, and we have so much of legacy. And every Indian you talk about the hockey, you can see their face, they are in the defined between the two words. They're so much passionate about the hockey. They want to do, and I think this is the right platform, the right place. No sportsman, especially hockey player, can ask better than the Bhubaneswar to play in front of the 20-25,000, the people who knowledge and acknowledge the hockey. That is more important for the Indian hockey.
Not just fans, they've also produced good sports reporters.
Yes. One of them, you are the one of them.
Are you sure about that?
You're sitting here with me, it's okay. But tell me, Sreejesh, you know, do you follow sport around the world as well? Because ultimately you're an elite sports person, especially both of you. Do you follow the other big events of the year despite your heavy schedule?
Definitely, we try to distract ourselves from our sports, because if you keep on thinking only on one particular event, that's never allow you to develop your game. So taking up skill from football, these people play a lot of PS4 into a lot of games, or otherwise watching some other games, even the kabaddi. So I was asking Surendra that day about the kabaddi rules and regulations, how that happens. And now the exciting about...
Don't try that, huh?
After World Cup, no kabaddi. So these all games will help you to distract yourself, but get the sportsman spirit from the other sportsperson as well, because that's more important. But sometimes you feel like in badminton, you take some players are really down. The other opponent takes a lead like 6 or 7 points, but still they are fighting back and coming back. That's what exactly we want to learn, because even 1 or 2 goals, if you are down, that is not the end of the game.
But Harendra, I remember having this conversation with you after the Football World Cup. You follow these very well, but do you as a hockey coach look at a Football World Cup or look at a big Champions League match or an international football match and see that any strategy, can I use it in my team in hockey? Do you take notes there also?
Yeah, I think that most of the, I don't know about that, most of my coaching philosophy depend on the all based on my soccer team and the basketball. In the soccer, off the ball and the set piece is exactly you can use in the hockey. And the basketball, man-to-man and channelizing. How can you channelize the player? If you mix these two sports, anyone can coach the hockey team, and the same vice versa. So these three sports is very close to each other in terms of the tactics, in terms of the strategy, in terms of the set pieces. I think, and I am one of them who always follow the soccer. Soccer is my heart. I always follow I don't go for any team, but I always look the team which have the capability to turn around the table in own way.
I see you smiling. Why? You don't agree with it?
No, I do agree with him, but I was wondering like which team will he say that? Maybe Barcelona. If he say Barcelona, then I will be no. He's my enemy.
You had Vinay once in your team, and he and I used to have huge fights. He's a big Manchester United fan. Yeah.
I always go my son is a big fan of Real Madrid, and wherever the Ronaldo follow. So I always go against the Ronaldo, and I follow the Messi. I follow the other team. So
not good for family hard.
In the family, we always
not good
fight.
for me as well.
No, but it's nice to have this banter. But I have one problem with you, and I'm going to tell you. You know, a good coach, Harendra, should be a strict disciplinarian. You know, there should be a lot of respect in your team. I am not given respect. This man throws me into a swimming pool. Whenever there's an interview happening in Bangalore, one sec, whenever the interview happening in Bangalore, you can ask Nandini from Hockey India who's standing there. He says bad things about me. There's some respect for seniority. Come on.
But I tell you, Diggy, you are very lucky this time. And thanks to the Hockey World Cup, which is going to happen in Bhubaneswar, if we would have somewhere in this interview, I think you would have today very good. We have already, yesterday night, we brought the dal, we had the chicken soup and everything to throw you all, but I think it's your good luck where we are having this interview in the stadium.
But how important is it to have characters like Sreejesh in the team?
It's not the Sreejesh. I think that both the two naughtiest players in this team is sitting besides each other.
Is that why the captaincy is rotated between both of them?
No, actually, I tell you, this kind of the players, we used to have the Dhanraj Pillai. And when there is it's a big tournament, so you bound to get under pressure. And if this kind of character in the team, the dressing room, the environment of the team so easy. And they actually make the team very easy while walking, while playing, while talking these things. So these characters, if you find this kind of character, they are not human. I always say they are above the human, and they are some psyche, and this kind of players always help the team.
Mad, it's okay.
Indirectly, that's the word. These kind of players always help the others. You find 2 or 3 players always down their shoulder. They are thinking too much ahead of the results, which these kind of characters jump in the team, and they make everything easy. Actually, they make 20-25% coach's job easy if you take the other around.
You know, because I remember it was Sreejesh's birthday a couple of years back, and I was there. You know, they came and put cake on my face, and Manpreet, everybody was running and jumping on him to put cake. Now that you are captain, is that still happening? Or
It's still happening.
Yeah. That's a tradition. We never change it. Captain, even unfortunately coaches are exceptional nowadays, but we are finding a solution for them also.
But it's nice to have this kind of atmosphere in the team, because ultimately we've seen Indian hockey over the years very suffocated. Is it also helpful that, you know, because you have a lot of young players in the team who played under him and won that Junior World Cup, that this kind of camaraderie makes it easy for them? You know, they're not too intimidated when you come into Indian team, for example, Manpreet Singh or Sreejesh, or you had Sardar earlier, you had Sunil, all senior players. But this kind of interaction, warmness, the fact that you can put an arm around their shoulder, is that something which naturally both of you think that has to be done?
You know, actually, I'll tell you my personal story. When I came to the national team, so I was a junior, right? So that time she was really senior for me, and I was scared first of all. But since he was joking around with me, like with the other youngsters, everything, he gave me a confidence. Yes, I can talk to him. Then I can discuss anything with him, or if I'm having a problem, so I can talk to him, because he's quite really friendly with me. He's really open heart with me. So that's make it easier for other players as well. Like some players, they are really scared when they join the team because they are in a national team, and they felt, oh my God, I'm playing with the Sreejesh, PR, because obviously he's a legend, right? So
No problem.
They called you mad, they've called you legend. I'm scared for you.
Madly legend.
So actually, like, so if he's joking around with the other players, everything, they will get confidence. Yes, yeah, Shiri Pari is not that senior, so I can talk with them, and he can say anything. They can discuss. I think it's really important. The atmosphere should be there in the fun, and also be serious. Everything should be mixed up there.
The best part is that hockey is a team event. So if I'm the senior most player, single-handedly I can't do anything on the field. I want the support from the other 10 members on the field to perform really well. So if I'm the senior most player, if I keep my status, and if I don't mingle with the youngsters, they will not feel comfortable playing with me on the field. So now in the team we are creating a situation like everyone is a part of the team. So even if it's the junior most birthday or the senior most birthday, we celebrate in the same way, so that everyone get an equal importance in the team. So the players on the field and off the field, we are a team, and we have our responsibility to take the team into somewhere on top. So being leaders, we are taking the initiative to make a comfort zone for everyone, so that they come up, they can share their ideas, they can sort out their problems, so that we perform as a team.
Okay, since you brought up performance, I'm going to ask you now a much more serious question. You know, For a long time, we had not won anything at the world level. And this is especially when I started covering hockey, used to think if we can get a medal in the Champions Trophy or something, There was this period where Indian hockey went through a very bad phase. And that also led to self-doubt and all. But obviously, success at the top level is not instant coffee. You will go step by step. Your team, both of you were there in that team. You all started it step by step, started winning medals at the Champions Trophy, at the EFIH events as well. You think we're on the right track now, that it's all leading up to this World Cup. 2013, 14, the rise started again after a few years in the wilderness. Results weren't good, especially London Olympics for you was very painful for both of you as well. You think now that we are now getting there step by step, the belief is coming back?
Yeah, I think so, because after 2020 Olympic, as you said that, yeah, it was really disappointed that time. But after that, hockey get changed. We improved a lot. We learned so many good things, and we worked with the good coaches. And now I think we won good major events as well, like two-time champion trophy, right, silver medal, and Asian Games, and this time bronze medal. Yeah, and I think we are really improving, and now is important for the World Cup as well. And we are on a right track. And just we need to concentrate ourselves and just believe that we can do anything. Because India, after last 3-4 years, we beaten every team, right? So now we have a potential, we can beat anything. We just need to focus ourselves and just believe on ourselves. That's it.
Okay, he's sounding very positive. So I'm going to ask you the headline question. I need a headline. This is a direct question. Do you think, Harendra, that this team, your team, has the ability to end these years of hurt? It has the ability to stand on the podium at this World Cup. And I'm not putting pressure on you, but I spoke to both Rick Charlesworth and Dhanraj Pillai before coming here in the last 1 month talking about hockey. And they said that the way India has, the graph has increased in the last 2 or 3 years, this team is very capable of reaching the semi-finals. Is that the first target, the semi-finals? After that, it's a lottery.
No, I'll give you the direct answer, and but in the two segment. One is this team, which we have gone for the pool matches, one by match, collect the 3 points in each match. The crucial match in this kind of format of the tournament is a quarter-final. And I'll guarantee you, that's only one match. We can change the history of Indian hockey. The moment we'll come in the semi-final, I can guarantee you this team will stand in the center of the podium, not right, not left. That's one match we have to play as per plan, as per your focus, as per your energy and the requirement of the situation. And that's a quarter-final. The semi-final, India is capable to beat any team, whichever the team will come. So this team has a full capability. The second, these players, all 18 players and plus the 2 standby, they tested the podium. And once you smell that podium, you always feel hungry because you are not doubting yourself. You have tasted that thing, and all the players has tasted. So I think this team has not capability. I can give the guarantee, if the quarter-final will play as per plan, we can get in the center of the podium. And I have a full confidence of this place.
And I said at the beginning, he's a very proud Indian. We keep exchanging messages. As you said that I'm wearing a full shirt, started getting goosebumps. But it's important also because, I was just looking at the results in the last 3 or 4 years. Even if we haven't had a good start in FIH tournaments, the format has changed. Earlier, what was happening, especially when we stopped winning Olympic medals, 6 teams, only 2 teams go through. But ever since this quarter-final format came up, and then also now we have the crossover here, that opens it up. We saw it in the Rio Olympics where all the fancy teams, Australia didn't even make it to the semi-final. So that banana skin, that quarter-final, as he's saying, and it's a lottery.
Definitely, because even now this World Cup, they are introducing a pre-quarter. So the third team, they are also getting an opportunity to get into the quarter-final. So I think that's the area where it's become really tricky because the team one is consistently winning and reaching in the quarterfinals, and somehow the team is losing and coming into this quarterfinals. Their both mentality is totally different. One team is feel like, okay, thank God I got an opportunity to do something, and the other team feel like, okay, now I need to prove it again so that I can get into the semi. So most of the times the Indian teams were knocked all the teams in the quarterfinals because we felt like more likely and feeling more comfortable that we are there and we can do it. And we got that, as Sir said, the quarterfinal is going to be a tricky part for this World Cup because that's the one hurdle which we need to cross it, and that is not really easy as we all see. Quarterfinals, it sounds good, but that's covered with a lot of lot of added pressure, we can say that, because quarterfinals, it's a kind of place where you are smelling a medal and you are smelling a failure as well. So that's the one tricky part, and we can jump over that.
But why are teams struggling? You would expect the big teams. Look at the teams here, which are the Australia's here, Germany's here, Netherlands, all the strong teams in world hockey. But who won the Olympics? Argentina. I mean, you guys beat Argentina at the Olympics, and they ended up winning the tournament. Is that quarterfinal more suited to help teams, like as he's saying, which are not at the top tier, but the other teams who are there, who are always more threatening? It's not about consistency, they are more dangerous opponents to play.
Yeah, I see that it's not only the quarter-final format. If you see the 15 minutes quarter-final, 15 minutes of the quarter, that's also giving the every teams on their toe. Otherwise, what we used to have, that one big teams is scoring 3-4 goals in the first quarter, first half, and the second half they are just playing their own game. So the other team is already considered 3-4 goals they gave up. Now here, after the 1 quarter, the other team is changing their strategy, and every team is, if you see the 60 minutes playing on the full throttle, there is no look back. Every team is attacking, and the one small sneak from the opponent defender, you can smell the one goal, and one goal you score, you game is open. So I think that's one of the format, and rightly you say, it used to be that only top 4, top 5 team is playing the semi-final in the Olympic World Cup. Now the bottom line of the tag, I said the 32 teams, 32 number rank also team can play the final if we plan for the quarter final.
Okay. You know, Manpreet, when you look around at the teams who we are going to play and who are also at this World Cup, you know, earlier when India used to play, there was a bit of, I mean, you know, I don't want to say it, but we used to be a bit scared. And Hari, you know, this is the truth. I mean, but Indian hockey has changed. Now what's happened is the other teams are scared of playing us, especially in these matches. So when you play an important match like this, which are the teams you look forward to and think, you know what, inke saath khel ke maza aayega, because you know that deep down they have butterflies, full house stadium, all rooting for India, and you know you will have a good match. You know that.
No, actually, personally for me, I always, whenever I go for the match, I always try to do best for the team, whatever I can capable. Or especially when I'm playing with the good teams like Belgium and any other teams, I always feel good. Like, yes, today I can do much better, because today we're gonna get good fight from them, and they're gonna give us scoring opportunity, and we can beat them easily. And that's the thing, like, always give me a butterfly, and that day I feel like, yes, today is my day, I'm gonna give my best.
Which are the teams, Harendra, just moving out of Indian hockey, but as a watcher of world hockey, and you analyze every match, I know you have that laptop, all that system in there, which are the teams which could spring a surprise at this World Cup?
For me, if you ask me, that there is a lot of package in this World Cup, the 16 teams, and I think one of the surprise will be the New Zealand, which I personally feel, and of course that Belgium is one of the surprise will come. Holland is a very balanced team, but the given day, I tell you, this stadium, the way the public is turned up, the crowd is turned up, and the players will execute. It's only the execution. And I think that what we have seen in the Women's World Cup and the Soccer World Cup, one surprise team will be to play the final, because the big names always falls on the big days. And one of the things, this kind of format and this kind of thing, the 16 teams, I think we have learned a lesson, and we have analyzed this thing. And there are just so many good players in the World Cup. And what you asked the Manpreet, today our players are not scared. I give credit to the HIL.
Yeah.
One of the biggest good things happen over the HIL. These players, after playing 3-4 years, then they realize, oh, bloody hell, they are the same like us. Why we are saying that? They are skilled and they are this thing. And they learn that self-confidence, they build up so much. If you see that today, their attitude, their way of walking, they are carrying themselves, I think all credit goes to the HIL.
Okay, Harendra is here. I'm going to take the liberty of asking you this question, because I was at the Asiad and I was with you guys after that defeat, and then we played Malaysia again. When we play the big teams, as we said, you know, we've had big victories in FIH events, especially this quarterfinals and all this stage. But when we're playing lower ranked teams, why is it that sometimes we tend to, you know, have a bit of an off day? It happened with Malaysia. It's happened in the past with Canada at the Olympics as well. Is it a mental problem, or at times, you know, it's not your day?
No, it's like just availing the opportunity, that's it. Because doesn't mean that we didn't do anything on that particular day. Even last Asian Games, Malaysia match, we dominated that game. But unfortunately, we couldn't get some goals, or we consider, I mean, easy goals. That matters a lot for us. So I don't think so. The one off day can happen in any tournament, but that came in the wrong time for us, and that hurt us in a wrong way. But this time in this tournament, I think for the weaker teams, we need to come up with more energy and just want to finish that game in the first quarter itself, so that we should not give any hope for them in the second or third quarter that they can bounce back and hurt us.
Okay, final question to you, Harendra Singh. Considering you are the main man here, this is your team, you've taken full control. What's going to be your final pep talk to the team in the dressing room the moment just before they step out for that first match? Are you going to say something dramatic, or you think that they're ready and you just need to tell them, go out there, enjoy yourself?
Diggy, first of all, I personally feel this team is really in charge of to take the first match. One thing I like to tell them, enjoy the moment. This is the Bhubaneswar where you have a 20,000 public. This moment maybe you never get it, so enjoy that moment. Work as a present moment, but my theme is always, the great player doesn't make the great teams. It's a great teams who makes the great player. So believe your team and make this team as a great, not as a great player.
On that note, perfect note, time to say thank you to you three gentlemen. I know the media is not supposed to be biased, but I'm putting pressure on you, especially you, Sreejesh. You get to the semis and I will allow myself to be thrown into that pool fully clothed, and we can actually show it live.
But I tell you, we don't need only. In the next to the adjacent to this stadium, we have a very good swimming pool.
Okay. So that's my promise to you. Live on World is One. Live on World is One. You can throw me in. But on a serious note, thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you all, and wishing you the very best. It's been a great year, but let's make it an even greater year for Indian sport. All the best to the Indian hockey team, and thank you so much for tuning in to this very special presentation here on World is One.